So now that we've unboxed the Logitech Scribe, we have mounted it onto our wall using the included mounting plate. We've leveled this, we've used the template to place it in the optimal position above the whiteboard that you see here. Now this is a very small 2 by 3 foot whiteboard. The Logitech Scribe can accommodate up to a 4 by 6 whiteboard, so a much larger surface area than we're going to be talking about here, but for demo purposes this will suffice. You'll also notice that we have used the Cat 5e kit to go back to the PC, which we're recording on now. This could go to a standard PC. You could plug it into a laptop or a desktop. You could also plug this into a Microsoft Teams room or a Zoom room to use as a content camera. Really cool feature currently with Zoom and Zoom with Microsoft Teams rooms is the ability just to press the share button so it automatically activates the content camera within the room system itself. Otherwise, you could just shift manually. So this Cat 5e kit will extend up to 40 meters from the Scribe back to whatever the compute you're using. We talked about these little cable management buttons that have the 3M adhesive pad on the back of them. So the Scribe is in place. Now we're just going to shift over to the Scribe to kind of show off the AI capabilities of the device now. So shifting over to the Scribe itself, just show you real quick how the AI can really enhance colors and can also filter out, or if you will, make kind of like ghosting effect that you might see with my hand. So we're just going to write blue, and you can see how that really cleans up the word blue. We'll write green, and just for one more effect, we will write red. So you can see how the Scribe really cleans up the colors, really makes the colors pop. If you're doing maybe a diagram, I'm going to continue writing. You can see how I'm standing directly between the Scribe and the screen. You can see how my hand is ghosted out. Also within the sync settings, which we'll talk about here in just a sec, you can calibrate what the Scribe sees. You can even make me disappear completely. So if I write a circle and an arrow going to a square, a little smiley face up here. So there you go. The Logitech Scribe mounted above a whiteboard up to 4 foot by 6 foot. Artificial intelligence built in to really make the colors pop and to ghost a hand behind you so remote participants can really see the content, focus on it and not the person. So another potential use case for the Logitech Scribe might not just be whiteboarding, say with a dry erase marker on a whiteboard or a glass board. Maybe you're having a planning session in which you're kind of putting post-it notes up there and you want to share this planning session with a remote party. The Logitech Scribe can accommodate that as well. So you'll notice as I'm putting these post-it notes up here, I've actually gone in and changed the settings for the transparency. So you'll no longer actually see my hand. I have changed the setting to actually completely remove me from the content being shared. So as I post these, you'll see I'm going to put task 1 up here on the Logitech Scribe. So it recognizes the post-it note. It is removing my hand completely from the image. I'll go up here and put task 2 and task 3. So now you can see the Logitech Scribe is going out, it's seeing the post-it notes, it's recognizing them, it is enhancing the colors for them. I can take these post-it notes and say I want to move these around, do task 1, 2, 3. Again, you're not seeing my hands, it's just picking up the post-it notes. But this in no way means that you can't also still use the markers for the dry erase board. So I can still draw red like so, and it will recognize both the dry erase markers and the post-it notes. So now we've unboxed the Scribe. We've mounted it on the wall above a whiteboard, as you can see behind me. We've looked at a demo of how the AI capabilities can function as a content camera, enhance that content. One of the things we mentioned was how you would configure the device, how you would manage the device, and that's done through Logitech's Sync software. So there are two options with Logitech Sync. You can install it locally on the PC that you're using, which is what I'll be showing, but there's also a hosted portion of Sync where you can enroll your device into Sync and see all of the connected peripherals and manage your entire Logitech Sync from a centralized location. So let's switch over to Sync running locally on my PC and have a look at the settings for the Logitech Scribe there. So here you see my PC device. You see all of the peripherals that are connected to it that are manageable by Sync. Here we see the Scribe camera. From here we can get some information on the firmware version and the serial number of that device. We can also go out and check for any device updates. So if there's something like a firmware available, we could grab that, update it from here. So we could update it locally here, or we could update it remotely in the instance of a hosted portion. If I click down here on video for the Scribe, it's going to load the video feed for the Scribe, which I have already calibrated this for the Whiteboard, which we saw earlier. I can go in and edit the boundaries of this device. So it's going to automatically calibrate the video feed for what it believes is a Whiteboard. In the event that it doesn't do that to your liking, you can go in and sort of drag these dots here to adjust the field and confirm that. Now what it will do is it will frame that up, do a little bit of calibration there, and now you can see instead of that nice clean calibration that I had previously, I manually adjusted this to see the entire Whiteboard, and that may be what you want. It is certainly your option. So if we scroll down to content enhancement, by default it's going to make the presenter semi-transparent. If you want to fully remove the presenter so you don't see the hand, you don't see the person in front of the content at all, you can check that here. So there you go. That's how you would manage the settings for the Logitech Scribe via Sync.